I'm going to be testing the First Descendant on my 4080 Super. I'm going to do it at 4K, so we've got that resolution set here. Graphics wise, I'm going to play with everything maxed out, so we've got ray tracing set to the max here, which is ultra. I will be at 4K native at first, but we do have DLSS 3.5 in this game, so I'll check that out a little bit later in the video. The rest of the graphics settings are also set to the max, so we've got everything set to ultra here. I did play a bit of the demo of this game a while ago now. I played it a couple of times actually. I remember performance was pretty brutal. But look at the FPS here, barely even breaking 40 FPS. It's absolutely brutal.
What's going on?
Wonder how low the FPS dips. 0.1% low at the moment, 12 FPS. The frame time's not looking particularly good. Quite a lot of spikes there in the frame time.
Me too. But then again, I am me.
This is Unreal Engine 5, so I'm expecting fairly good graphics from it.
Let's keep going.
From what I saw in the demo, pretty good graphics. But I don't think we've had a single Unreal Engine 5 game that hasn't performed like really badly. At least for me, on when the games first come out, they always perform so badly. Pretty much standard to be like 30 to 40 FPS. But like I was saying earlier, we do have DLSS 3.5, so that should, when we check that out, that should hopefully make a pretty big difference.
What's that sound?
And look at it come out here with the light. Absolutely slams my frames. Even in the combat, when I shoot, definitely can feel it being at, like under 40. So on the rest of the GPUs, not too bad. VRAM's 8.7. That's pretty standard, I think, for Unreal Engine 5. Doesn't really use much VRAM overall from what we've seen. So GPU power as well is fairly standard for my 4080 Super. I think like 270, 280 is pretty normal. Even on my CPU, actually, I normally have a lot of issues in Unreal Engine 5 games on my Intel CPU, but this has actually been fine. Hasn't, touch wood, it hasn't crashed for me once yet. So hopefully that continues to be alright. I think we're just going for a bit of a tutorial here. Oh my god, I got a big boss. I'm just going to shoot at him. Pray. Not going to be easy, although we are getting 50 FPS here, so that's a little better than the 40 I was getting a second ago. Or was it try and grapple on him? I don't appear to be able to. I'm going to keep shooting it and it's like its face. Oh, this is easy. I think I can grapple it now, can I? Nope.
Now's our chance. Finish it.
Easy. I've made it into a different area here, so I'm going to just take a quick look at performance. Seems fairly similar to the other area we were in. Roughly in between that 30 to 40 FPS at 4K native. Doesn't look too much different. Definitely got higher VRAM usage though. Still sitting close to 11 gig. We're in the starting area and had about 8.5. There's other players here. I think I've actually got to talk to this guy. But for the most part, performance-wise, frame time looks fairly similar. Still getting a lot of this stuttering. Overall, not that different from the start.
Thank you for all your hard work during the operation to retrieve the Ironheart.
I think graphics seem okay.
Descendant, be careful. All the signals
They're not too bad. Environment looks pretty cool. It's just this performance though is so poor. Even when you're trying to shoot, it's definitely not a nice experience doing it at 30 to 40 FPS. When you're used to, you know, minimum at least 60 trying to do it.
This doesn't feel like a simple raid. They seem to be after this place.
I'm going to take a look with DLSS 3.5 on now. So I've got upscaling set to quality, and then I've got frame generation on and ray reconstruction on here. Now that looks like it's increased our FPS to almost 80, 78 FPS I'm getting there. I definitely thought we'd get more than that. I'm going to try and check out outside as well. I was expecting to get at least over 100. But it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do that. Seems like an odd... It's an odd cap that is reaching there. Seems to hit 78 and then... Let's have a look outside. Yeah, so it's definitely... It's not capped at 78. Because I get like 90 there. When I was in that building though, it just seemed to get stuck at 78. I'm really not impressed, I don't think, at all by the performances. 70 FPS with Ray Reconstruction on is really poor. It's about doubled our FPS, which I suppose maybe I'm being a little bit harsh. We have indeed still doubled our FPS. That looks cool, doesn't it? Still getting a lot of stuttering though, even with DLSS on. Ooh. Good job we don't take full damage. Oh wait, no. What am I doing now? We're doing another mission.
You must reactivate the communication repeater and secure the emergency communicator before it's too late.
I don't see the mission.
Huh? I just got here. What's going on? Kingston being invaded?
You're here, buddy. Good.
So average of 74. Definitely getting some dips down to 65. It's mostly holding above 60.
You guys can't
But
use
it's still not amazing though, is it?
We can manage short distance communications, but not long distance. We need the emergency.
Still looks okay graphically with DLSS on. I do think you can notice the difference compared to native. But I've not got any latency or anything like that. I'm not feeling frame generation.
You got it. Headed there now.
It feels fine. Definitely a lot better to shoot at this FPS than we were when we were at like 35. It's just a shame we have to rely on upscaling. Have we got grenades? That's not grenade. Interesting that G keybind is the map. I thought that would be grenade.
All gates have been blocked. And it looks like we've lost all our soldiers.
Definitely does get quite laggy there though. With the explosion and the shooting. Whoa. Kind of reminds me of Destiny a little bit. Not obviously the game. Well, even like the gameplay is kind of a little bit similar. Obviously with third person, but when those robots come in there on the planes, it just reminds me of Destiny. The way Destiny plays. For everyone joining the missions and stuff, running around. Don't know what I've just done. So obviously with frame generation on, it has increased our VRAM a little bit. Normally see it increase by about a gig, which is roughly what we're seeing. We had about 10 to 11. We've got 12 here now, so...
Protect the repeater until it's fully reactivated.
But everything else, power looks pretty much the same. I'd maybe expect that to come down with upscaling on, but it hasn't really changed. What have we got to do? Time remaining, 1.5 minutes. Have we got to do something? I'm not sure what that... It's almost like it's a boss or something. Big stutter then, look at that. I'm at 4K native again and I've got all the graphics still set to ultra. The only thing I've changed is I've got ray tracing switched off. I'm expecting this to be a little bit better here. We'll obviously see how it goes. Already seeing FPS a little bit higher, but big drops down still to 40 here. 48, 49. Still better than the 30s we had, but hopefully we sit... I was hoping we'd get, you know, above 60 at least, but it's like 44 FPS there. Not that much better. Looking at maybe 10 to 15 FPS better by switching ray tracing off. Definitely expecting a bigger difference than that.
Descendants, they're aiming for the emergency.
Has brought our VRAM down by quite a bit, or at least we're at 9 at the moment. That'll probably creep up a little bit. We'll see how that goes. Can't say the game looks massively different. I'd say in some bits you can tell the lighting isn't quite the same as with ray tracing set to Ultra, but because it's quite a fast-paced shooter game, I'm not really paying too much attention to that. Even getting dips down into the 30s there. Really not that much better. The 0.1% low though does look better, so we've got that at 30. It's at 30 FPS. So frame time looks a bit better, less crazy spikes. It still looks quite choppy, but you're not getting these huge spikes up and down. At least not yet. I haven't seen that. God, look how different the FPS is. When I'm sort of stood here, it's like 50. I felt it when I looked up here. It goes up to 70. I felt that. Oh god.
We almost lost the last one.
Can I get up there?
Okay, Descendant, you should join Bunny at the theater outpost. I'll send a sit rep to HQ with the emergency communicator. Wait, focus signals are spiking. What the hell?
Help me. What are my other specials? I don't know what that was that I just did. The other two are locked.
The focus signals are coming from the Manchester lab. Isn't that HQ's target?
If you've enjoyed this video, click one of the videos on the screen now to see me testing more GPUs, and I'll catch you next time.